Good morning, Power Crew. Welcome back. I'm Amy. This is the Power Network. Today, we're getting into the Nancy Guthrie search and Hidden True Crimes coverage and updates. Why did Vinny P come on Hidden True Crime? What does this all mean? Are they still on the ins in the know with the other large true crime content creators? And where in the world is Nancy Guthrie? I'm rolling the intro while the algorithm brings in the rest of the Power Crew. Shout out to my replay crew. Love you, babies.
Cavalier's drumming his old guitar again. Words rolling out into our fire. If heaven had wings, I would steal them and fly away with you for a while. Hearing the essence of gratitude, your dreamy little smile on my lips. I miss my cue, but baby, I had you. Miss my cue, but I had you for that day.
Here in the blue and the essence of gratitude. It's so good to be back here on this Wednesday with my Power Crew. Like I said, yesterday, we did a poll yesterday, and I mentioned that my back has been a little bit of a bigger deal than expected. It is getting a little bit better, and so I wanted to pop on here today. I asked you what you wanted to talk about, and we had a huge vote on. You wanted me to do an update on Hidden True Crime, as well as an update on the Nancy Guthrie case, which I'm down for. I'm good with. How many of you? I think there was like a lot of you that voted this. It was like 200 of you wanted this. So that's what we're doing. There was 300 votes and 50% of you voted for this. So that's where we're at today. Good morning, everybody. It's so good to see you. I must say that I've been out of it. I've been out of it. I've just been elevated. I've been in pain, and I've also had to clean the house because I just couldn't take it, because this is like going on 3 weeks now. So in the last 2 days, I have been actually trying to clean, and then I get so wiped out that I can't do anything else. And yeah, so that's what I've been doing the last few days with my disappearance, and I've been in a lot of pain, but we're here. I say all that too because I'm a little behind on the situation. I've been watching here and there, but not as closely as maybe some of you have. So maybe you'll have to help me out a little bit too. I was last night because I pretty much knew I was going to be talking about Nancy Guthrie today. I was listening to J is for Justice and following her coverage, and I've been following let's see, JLR Investigates. We're gonna look at some pretty lies and alibis. I thought we would look at how Gigi is covering this case. You want to do that? I think that would be a lot of fun to also look at how some of our favorite content creators in the hidden true crime drama, how they're covering it. So we're going to do that.
Gigi. Call Gigi? We call Gigi. You want me to call Gigi? You want to piece Gigi in as we go too?
We're going to go ahead and piece Gigi in on this. And so let me get my screen all situated. If you guys could start that algorithm dance party that I like to do. Just start warming up your fingers and dancing them right up to the hearts and thumbs up button. Helps me go out into the algorithm. Party out there. Bring more people back. It's just a free way to help me out, and it's really, really appreciated. We also accept Cash App over on YouTube, and we accept stars over on Facebook, and we also have oh no, we do super stickers over on YouTube, and then we also have the Cash App, the Parawomen Radio, if you don't want to do either one of those. So not expected, but certainly appreciated. Okay, that's the wrong one. Sorry. That's my Sarah Boone. We do a Florida Woman Friday, and that's my Sarah Boone up there for this week. This is what we're looking for. So I thought we would kick it off with oh, and I'm so sorry, Anders Gustafsson. Good morning. I know I didn't say good morning to you, and I saw you in the comments, and I didn't want to look at what you wanted to show. So this morning, police conclude search of property in Arizona in Nancy Guthrie investigation. As I said, I'm coming in late on this, so there's so many great sources out there if you're looking for like moment to moment in-depth coverage of the Nancy Guthrie case. I'm just kind of getting my feet back in it, and we're also looking at hidden true crimes coverage of it because that's who we've been following. And this is who you guys wanted to look at. But this morning, the police conclude a search of property in Arizona. That's what they seemed to be doing yesterday. They were going door to door. Nancy Guthrie, the 84-year-old mother of Today's Show co-host Savannah Guthrie, was dropped off at her home outside Tucson, Arizona, the night of January 31st. Here's what we know. Authorities last night detained a person for questioning in the investigation into Nancy Guthrie's disappearance. According to officials in Arizona, the man who was detained said early today that he had been released after several hours. Pima County Sheriff's Department said hours later it had completed a search of a property in Rio Rico, Arizona, south of Tucson. It said the investigation was ongoing. Actually, I'm going to be honest. When I heard this, I was like, oh no, because I had heard this, whole thing could be like a cyber op type deal. And then I just like, my tinfoil hat has been on ever since the release of the Epstein files. And I was like, is this something that the government's trying to do? Just be like, oh, look, see, we have to have all these ICE people because people are coming in and stealing your moms and your mother-in-law. So I was like, oh gosh, I hope that's not what this is going towards, because I was watching, Christina Randall. She's one of my more favorite true crime content creators. I like her because I think we can look to people that were in the system, in the penal system, that actually, like, the whole reason to send somebody away in the penal system is for the damages that they did, and hopefully so that they can learn and grow and come out and perhaps never do that again. I always say that's the way to forgiveness. It's not the simple step of saying I'm sorry, then it's to the never doing it again. And I think we can look to people that have been in the system for help and growth and reform of the system. Christina Randall. I like Christina Randall. And she was in the Florida system. And she and a lot of other people were pointing out that it's like the first ransom the first time that the family, no, the second time, was it the first or the second? I don't remember. I'm sorry. That they came forward, it sounded like a scene from Silence of the Lambs. It was very strange. Some of the wording was straight from there. And what does that mean? I find it really strange. But I wear a tinfoil hat. I'm a woo woo girl. I say it straight up. So tell me what you guys think.
We want to hear from you, and we are ready to listen. Please reach out to us.
Things like this don't just happen. There's something seriously off here. Before we get into today's video, I just want to let you guys know
So I'm going to pop this forward. Everything that we watched today, I will put in the YouTube show notes. I do this to cite our sources and for fair use.
this video is for education. I want to let you guys know, if you don't already know, I do not know any of these people. Everything in this video is alleged.
Yes, everything in here is just my opinion, my research. I've just pulled from public data. I urge you to go out there and do your own. This is a commentary channel. This is my thoughts, my opinions, my commentary.
I'm pulling all of my information from very public news sources, filtering it through my own words and opinions. So please go do your own.
But I will say I am a woman with a BA in sociology and psychology, and I do filter my thoughts and opinions heavily through that background.
Research and form your own opinions, but stay to the end if you want to hear some of the theories and where my head is. So before I tell y'all about Nancy, I'm going to tell y'all about her daughter, Savannah, which is probably why this has made it so big in the media. In case you don't already know, Savannah Guthrie is an American broadcast journalist and a former lawyer.
Good morning to everybody entering the chat. Hi, Kim. Good morning, Southern Darkling. So good to see everybody coming in.
She is currently the main co-anchor on the NBC News morning show Today, which she's actually been doing for 12 years now. Now, Savannah first joined NBC News in 2007 as a legal analyst and a correspondent. Savannah was born on December 27th of 1971 in Melbourne, Australia. Her father was stationed there for work, and they came back to the U.S. 2 years later, and they lived in Tucson, Arizona, where her mother, Nancy, still lives. Now, today, Nancy is 84 years old and lives in her home in Catalina Foothills, and this is an area of Tucson, Arizona. Like I said before, Nancy has lived in Tucson.
Also wanted to mention to you guys, I've noticed that YouTube has an issue going on. So if you're coming in, if you're heading around the YouTubes today, if you hit a channel that says that the video has been removed, just hit refresh. Chances are it hasn't been removed. That's what YouTube's doing today. So if you're going to a lot of content creators' channel and their videos have been removed, that's probably what's going on. Just hit the refresh and chances are it's still there.
For over 5 decades now. She was married to Charles Guthrie until he passed away in 1988 from a heart attack, and this left Nancy to raise her 3 children all alone. Savannah is the youngest of the 3. She has an older sister named Annie and a brother named Cameron. Now, Nancy's family describes her as their North Star and their rock. She said that she's very mentally sharp and she's independent. I know some of y'all watching this may be like this, or you may have family members like this. I know I definitely do. Nancy's 84 years old, but she's living on her own. She's going to church on her own, and she's doing her own.
I think Christina has even started to, she's one of those people which I think the world is going towards. She's built a compound. She's bought some property and she's built her home, and she's built a home for her grandma. She's building a home for her in-laws. I think that's the way of the world, actually, that people are going to start buying property and building compounds and going back to community living, which is the way I think we're supposed to be. I think that's why we're all so disconnected with one another. We've separated ourselves. We've bought into the Western tradition that at 18 we kick the kids out of the home, and then we want the kids to take care of us when they're older, and it's like, but you kicked them out. Like, I think the world is starting to change and realize that this way of life isn't the way. And I see Christina doing that. I see a lot of people doing that. And it seems like even looking at the Guthrie family, I don't know who did this or who didn't do this, but I see like Nancy. I'm shocked that Nancy's living by herself in that big house. But didn't Annie buy a house and she to move closer to her mom? But I'm shocked that like why wouldn't they just split up this house? Anyway, I'm too much in my woo-woo-ness with the Epstein files and thinking of the bigger picture in life.
Rescue teams out. They had canines, they had helicopters, drones, everything looking for Nancy, but still, Nancy was nowhere to be found. So the next day, on April 2nd, the sheriff gave a pretty concerning press conference, and in this, he said that the evidence that they found at Nancy's home indicated foul play.
As I said yesterday, we saw some things at the home that were concerning to us. We believe now, after we processed that crime scene, that we do in fact have a crime scene, that we do in fact have a crime.
I don't think this is what I was looking for. I was looking for the little clip where it's the silence of the lambs. I think I don't think
And we're asking.
Hold on. I don't think this is the right one of Christina's. I'm rusty. You know, I was really nervous coming back today. When I'm away for like a week or so, I get nervous again. It's like I'm doing it all over again. Lives and stuff. I think it might have been this one.
They're changing their story. I cannot believe this. Before we get into today's video, I just want to let you guys know that this video
This is the one. Sorry, you guys. This is the one. They keep changing the story. They've changed the story about her, whether she went to church that day. They've changed the story. They're doing this psych op about, Silence of the Lamb, and it sounds just like a scene word for word from the Silence of the Lambs. And it's just really strange.
The family just show up to check on her. Something ain't right with that, y'all. Because allegedly, this tip, which was the call from the church, was what set all of this in motion. It's what allegedly made the family go over to the house to check on her in the first place. And now the sheriff just completely takes it out of his timeline and his talking point. How do you just remove a big major hole like that, which was the tip that set everything off?
9:45 in the evening, her children left her off. At some time earlier that morning, they got a call from somebody at the church who said, hey, your mom...
So we've got that going on. And then yesterday, huge developments were happening. I was in chat, but I wasn't talking. I was watching Jay is for Justice, and I think she did like a 7-hour live. And we see that we see that we get finally some video footage of the perpetrator. One of them. I think there's more than one, but we get some of the footage. Huge thank you to Jay and JLR for allowing people to use their content. I really appreciate fellow content creators that share in this way. Okay, so we get this footage yesterday of this guy, which is so comical. It's like almost Keystone comical, the way he comes up, and the minute I saw him coming up with that foliage, I was like, oh, that's what that foliage on all the grass clippings and stuff was on the ground. But who in their right mind comes to a robbery, a kidnapping, whatever this is, and grabs plants from the yard to block the footage? It's comical. It's really, really comical.
And look, no Amazon package.
Oh,
There's
wow.
no Amazon package.
Good for
That's
him.
the foliage, isn't it?
Good morning.
What is this right here? What is he doing with this? Is he trying to cover it up?
Hopefully you're not going to say that she's a dick. Because I can't take it anymore. Everybody's fighting with everybody. And yeah.
I wonder if he's trying to cover it up. This is absolutely terrifying.
It's one person, though. See, here's the doorknob.
Oh,
You can see
good.
his shoes. I'm not sure what this is right here.
Okay,
But
so
look at the eye.
this is the guy, and there was a lot of comparison. Is it this guy? What do you guys think? Do you think it's this guy? I do see the well manicured. It's somebody that does have well manicured eyebrows, and this is the foliage. Just so ridiculous. And I know there's been huge speculation. What is the shininess in their mouth, in his mouth? I believe he has a little flashlight in their mouth to see, because it's completely dark there. We can see because they've got the, the night vision on. People are questioning, is it this guy, or this guy? And then there was a guy arrested last night, but he has since been released. And so that's where we're at with where I feel like we're at with the update. Let's pop over to JLR Investigates just to see if there's anything else. And then we'll go right into Hidden True Crime and talking about them. But again, I mean, I don't think you should look to me for today to be the person who gives you everything on the Nancy Guthrie case. Because like I said, I've been behind on the gun. So if there's anything you want to tell me, I'm all ears. What do you guys think about all of it? I just don't know if if it turns out to be people coming over the border, I'm going to be mad, because I just feel like then it's for sure a psyop type of deal. So I don't know. That's how I feel. But like I said, I wear a tinfoil hat. Let's see.
Breaking news. Come on in, folks. We got some breaking news. Boots on the ground, Tucson, Arizona.
And I'm never going to trash anybody that's boots on the grounds. He seems to be doing it in a respectful way. We've had people on our channel that have been in prison that have done their time. I feel like they bring a unique perspective to things. If, like I said, they've done their time and they're living their life in the proper, I'm desperately trying to get away from being the judgmental bitch, because I don't want people to judge me. I've made mistakes, not like felonious mistakes, but I've made mistakes. If I want to be forgiven, I've got to learn how to forgive other people. And to be judgmental about this person, I don't know. I'm really appreciative that he's allowing us to use his content. He's actually doing something that I would love to be doing. I would love to be boots on the ground. And that's my goal for the next year, is to eventually get out there and do that. I'm working on my health and my self-esteem and, my self-worth and my money situation and all of that, to be able to work towards that. And I would never think of putting somebody down for this. And so I'm appreciative. And so thank you, JLR, if you ever happen to see this, because we appreciate it.
Tucson, Arizona. Suspect has been detained. Come on in. I'm setting everything up. We're going to go to a location here and try to figure out what's going on here. Tucson, Arizona. A suspect has been detained, according to media reports. This is big. Oh boy. I'm in my vehicle right now. I'm going to head over to Tommaso and Annie's home to see what's going on. We'll get to the bottom of this. Plus, I'm going to share some information. According to Fox News, SWAT team is in Oro Valley, which is to the north of Tucson. Now, that's probably about 10 or 15 minutes to the north. I think there could be an individual that lives there that is centered around Tommaso. Could that be the person? I don't know. But a suspect has been detained, according to news reports. So I'm setting this up right here. And we're going to be going down back over to Tommaso's home. I'm in my vehicle right now. So give me 1 second, and then we'll drive and we'll talk, and then we'll keep the conversation going about what is going on. I think a
And
lot of
that's the
moving
thing.
parts.
I think everybody has the right to have however they feel about this person, but I just think you need to be careful if you're feeling weird about him because he went to prison, because he did time. But if you ever want to believe in forgiveness, then how does one become forgiven? I mean, he's not living his life like a Gypsy Rose Blanchard, right? He's not living his life like a Lauren Matthias trying to get people arrested and tethered. Yeah, so I don't know, but I think we all need to make our own decisions on things, and I'm not here to make you feel one way or another, because I don't want you to make me feel like, if I have my opinions where I like someone or I'm fine with someone and you're not, then that's on you, not me, right? Because, and vice versa. If you like somebody and I'm like just like mortified, then that's on me. And I've said this before, then I walk away from the situation. I don't expect anybody to change their behaviors anymore. I either accept it or I don't. And it's always on us. We either accept it or we don't, and then you need to deal with it how you want to deal with it.
Going on. Authorities and FBI are at a church right next to where Tommaso lives. They're using that as the staging ground. We'll go there too. We'll go to that area too.
When was this
Suspect
last live? He's probably sleeping right now, huh? This was 11 hours ago. We'll keep a look on this. So I want to keep going because I want to go into hidden true crime and, just pop back into that vibe that we've been into. So that's the update on the Nancy Guthrie case. Tell me what you guys think. Are you feeling like this is all like, do you believe it? And also, I was starting to feel like if it were true that it had to be a family member, and now I'm starting to think like maybe not. Maybe these are just people that, because it does happen. People do get kidnapped out of nowhere. It doesn't usually happen this way, but I mean, I guess it could happen, right? I was looking over on Pretty Lies and Alibis, our Gigi, just to see how she's covering it. And she's been playing with some video or some of the surveillance footage and putting some color to it, which I thought was interesting. Putting some color into the gloves and the hat. And I mean, it certainly does look like a different person now that we've got some color in the shirt, in the jacket, the gloves, and the hat. There's a little bit of color in the eyes. We can see this is they definitely have facial hair.
What you know, Alibuyers, breaking news. Ford Hatchett, who is with ABC 15 in Phoenix, said, breaking, the Pima County Sheriff's Department, with assistance from the FBI, has detained an individual for questioning in connection with the abduction of Nancy Guthrie. A law enforcement official briefed on the investigation told ABC News. So that is great. That's the latest. I'll keep you updated.
I heard that, and it reminded me actually of Elizabeth Smart when
What you know, Alibuyers,
when they were having all the work on their house, and that's how she was taken. It does make me nervous. And then they showed that DoorDash driver that was detained for looking in the doors, and it makes me nervous because we have more and more people coming to our home via DoorDash or deliveries or Lyft or working on our homes. So yeah, it makes me really, really nervous. Does it make any of you guys nervous? All right, let's keep going. So Hidden True Crime has been covering the case, of course, but they haven't been covering it as extensively as I would have thought. I would have thought they would go boots on the ground themselves. Do you think they're nervous to head over there, boots on the ground, or do you think like they're feeling kind of weird, like they don't know like what people might say to them, or are they still just trying to recover from?
She was a correspondent,
Well,
and
trying to recover from all of that nonsense. I thought we would watch this because I haven't fully watched it. I couldn't bring myself to do it, but we'll do it together. We'll take a look at that. Then I've got some Jolene that I want to take a look at. She did some true crime reaction to Hidden True Crimes coverage of it. And then we'll pop over to Reddit and see what they're saying over there. I will say that it's been the Nancy Guthrie case has kind of thrown them off of the radar of a lot of people. So they aren't being covered as extensively as they once were.
Is this the only hope, only chance we have? As slim as it may be.
Hello, Hidden Gems. I am with Vinnie Politan today, lead anchor.
And I did pop over to Vinny's channel to see if it was like a thing where he had her on, and no, it wasn't one of those things. I think Lauren is playing it safe. When you listen to her words, she isn't as opinionated as she normally is. She's not. I really haven't been listening to them. I've gone off into my own world where I had to just like get away from all of this to try to heal this back issue. Probably they don't think it's any money in it since almost everyone is covering it. Seems like it would be more money then with everyone covering it. They give you the opinion to say you don't feel safe delivering it. The delivery service you could outright refuse. I've had people ask me to come in and I won't. Oh my gosh. Wow. I don't even want them knocking on my door. Just tell them to leave it at the door. I'm one of those people that doesn't want to see people, which I'm trying to change because I don't want to be that person anymore. But I am one of those people that doesn't want to open my door. But it has a lot to do with, being a woman and, I don't really want people to know.
The host of the Vinnie Politan YouTube channel and the Tangent.
I think she does it because, like, look at her. She's like, nah, see what I can do, you guys. I think they do these things to be like nanner, nanner, nanner type deal. I really think she's taking some thorough enjoyment that Vinny is back on, and I'm taking it as I unsubscribe from Vinny now because I'm just done. Because I'm taking it like Vinny is doing the same as Lauren. So that's how I am taking it. You guys take it how you want to take it.
True crime podcast host, someone that I actually want to say right off the bat, Savannah Guthrie. We are going to talk today about the Nancy Guthrie disappearance. This is a heartbreaking case. It's heartbreaking for everyone following this, but not only that, you know Savannah personally, even you've worked with her.
Yeah. When she made her entrance into the national media world that she dominates now, right, as the host of the Today Show. She started at Court TV.
I saw her pop up and I unfollowed her and she keeps popping up. I tried to block it. So she keeps popping up over on X. It's annoying.
She was a correspondent. And from the minute she entered the network, like you could tell that she was something special. But what you really got from her is when you had those personal moments where you could speak to her, and she always talked about her family and her mother. And that was from the beginning. So when I heard about this, I was like, this is a gut punch. This is brutal. Like all of the stuff we cover obviously is brutal, but I know how important and how.
There's Lauren trying to be thoughtful, to look like so thoughtful, like, she's just deep in thought per usual as she eats her lips up.
Come and knock on our door. Come and knock on our door. Waiting for you.
I just can't stand her. We're back to this. I'm back to my ugh.
How close that bond is with her mother. And people may have seen it, some of the appearances on the Today Show. That stuff's legit. Like what you're seeing there, she's not putting on a show. Like that's legit. And that's just, a little piece of what that relationship was like, because Savannah lost her dad when she was, graduating high school.
Yeah.
So, it was her and her mom and obviously her siblings as well. But like you have just one parent, and it's difficult. And then I saw the video of Savannah, and I think all of us saw, what a toll all of this is taking, the reality of it. And for me, the strange thing, I don't know if this has ever happened to you before.
This is Lauren Matthias and Vinnie Politan.
First story I've covered where I know the victim beforehand, right? Like I know Savannah before this, so I have some perspective. A lot of times we just meet people after the tragedy or in the middle of the tragedy, and we don't really know, all right, are they putting on a show? Are they? No, this is like real. And it's made it a much different experience for me. And I think because so many people have that relationship with her in the morning, right, as the host of the Today Show, that they're feeling this one a little differently as well.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, you had Glenn Jones on your podcast, Jonesy, and he said similarly. He said that she is so
earlier at the end of last year, this woman right here came on and did a 9.5-hour live where she said she was being stalked by a woman, and she made the whole internet think that this woman who did a few TikTok videos about the evil ways. I mean, it's been proven that she's been, she talks about people. There's some leakage of her text, and she's tried to take channels down. Gigi from Pretty Lies and Alibis has come out to say that this woman tried to negatively impact her channel. We've got some police body cam where she's just pulling all these people into her drama nonstop. And she literally tried to have a mother of 4 arrested and put into the FBI federal prison with a tether. And so I have a real problem with her. And then to top it off, she is somebody who inserted herself into the Lori Vallow Daybell case and really went in hard for the victim's family, the Daybell, Kay and Larry Woodcock, Crusha, their daughter. That she inserted herself between Kay and her daughter, and so Crusha was fighting with her mother Kay over this woman right here. She was using victims in this case. They made a shitload of money, and then when Crusha dared to use her content to show some photos that they gave to her, she struck their channel. This is a diabolical woman here.
Kind, that she worked at Core TV, and she made everyone feel welcome, and she was one of the kindest, most sincere, genuine person. And right, the love of her mother has been on display for the entire nation on the Today Show, where she brings her on. It's an absolutely heartbreaking. It's to watch it, to see an anchor,
and there Vinny sits
in a video begging for her.
There this man sits with this straight face, and I just see him as like there's something really wrong with him. There's something really wrong with him that he thinks it's funny to be associated with this. He thinks this is a good idea. We're going to screenshot that actually. Because that's perfection in its truest evil sense.
Or mommy to come home and to be so concerned. It's psychological warfare out there as well. I really feel.
No, it is. Think about the position she's been put in. And, once we get into some of the evidence in this case, but like, is someone holding her for money? And will they release her? Is she alive? Like,
is she alive?
There are no answers to any of those questions. Right? Nothing that like is seemingly rock solid from what we know. But the position that you're in, right? Give us the money. There's a deadline. And then from a human perspective, I'm thinking about how could you put someone in that position, but then you don't provide them the information that says, okay, yeah, I am the one that has your mom and your mom's okay. Like you're not providing that information. but you're demanding the money. So now she's put in a position with her brother and sister. Like, is this the only hope, only chance we have? As slim as it may be. So how do you handle that deadline? How do you decide whether or not to pay the money or not?
No, I didn't
Absolutely.
see
And let's be
that.
clear, as far as we know, still no proof of life. Your company, Core TV, has received at least one ransom note.
He loves to say proof of life. I want to do like a thing where we count how many times she says proof of life, because she has just leached onto that phrase. No, I didn't watch the pair trial, but I have real issues. Like, I try not to, but when people are doing weird shit with their mouth, or they've got like spittle around their mouth, or, you know, like some people get that white stuff. I get the white stuff. I'm constantly wiping my mouth because they get the white stuff in their mouth. I have a hard time. I have a hard time with mouth shit, lip smacking, and when I eat croutons, I like don't do it in public because I cannot eat croutons quietly. It just sounds like an echo chamber. So I'm just really mindful of mouth things, and she does a lot with her mouth.
It's K-Gun in Tucson Scripps Station. Is that right? I don't know if they've received two or not. I know KOLD.
And because
Tucson,
she does
they've
the
received
filler, she's constantly got dry lips too.
one. KOLD in Tucson has received two, and the news director has stated, while they're keeping it very close to their chest, all the information in that, they have stated still no proof of life, right? So
Proof of
so how do they
life.
even know whether or not, you know, there's even
That's like the third time I've heard her say proof of life.
speculation still about whether the ransom note is even real. I want your perspective on that. But if it is real, how do they know that she's even alive? Still no proof of life. How easy would it be to be able to share proof of life in a second communication that they send a local affiliate down there in Tucson? So I guess I just threw out a multiple questions there. Let's start with this. First off, I do
Oh, it's
want your
so
perspective.
gross,
Do you
and I
think
don't
these ransom
understand
notes-
when people, they don't know it. Like, when you have that shit around your mouth, that's all you can feel, and it literally touches it. You can feel it. I don't understand it. So yeah, it happens, especially when I'm nervous. If I have to go out and talk or something, it gets really, yeah.
are real, Vinny?
I'm leaning towards real. And the reason is, number one, the way law enforcement, particularly the FBI, has reacted to it. And because there have been three notes.
She
right?
eats her
Like,
lips.
there was
Right.
one note, 3 copies of it sent to 3 media organizations. That's the first one.
Correct.
That's the most important one. There's a second one that's sent that is quickly investigated and dismissed, and an arrest is made. So that one was not treated as real. Now this third one, likewise, they get the note, and then there seems to be some sort of reaction to it. And then you look at Savannah and her brother Cameron with the messages that they put out there. You're not gonna put that message out if it's like, no, there's no chance this is real. Like
Did he bring anything new to this conversation? I'm not getting anything new. Like, what was the whole point of having Vinnie Politan on? I think it was just to shove it in our faces.
Is a chance, and I think
Because it's a very short one. It's only, how long is it? 25 minutes. What are the comments? Are they still deleting comments the way that well, what am I saying? Of course they're still deleting comments. Let me refresh it and see if we can get her up to a new
She was
comment.
a correspondent, and
Let's see. Sort by the newest. If the letter writer says that there's multiple people involved, it would automatically assume that they are lying. See, I pray you are doing okay, Lauren. You have not posted in several days, so I'm worried about you. Yeah, it's very strange that they're not doing more coverage on this than they normally are. But it looks like they are monitoring their comments per usual. So let's get us past the ad.
This being targeted. You know, the sheriff wouldn't say yes or no. You know, somebody asked in the press conference, is there any indication that she was targeted because of Savannah Guthrie? And the sheriff would not answer that. Do you think that she would be targeted because of Savannah Guthrie? And I mean, she clearly is probably better off than both of her siblings. Do you think there's any way she wasn't targeted because of Savannah Guthrie?
No, I think it's Savannah. It has to be. I
Oh,
mean, what
yeah.
is she doing? She's
I
84.
think there's no way that she wasn't targeted because of Savannah. Savannah is like the driving point. Yeah, I did see that they did a few lives yesterday. They did one 10 hours ago. It got 96K views. So, I mean, this story will get them a lot of money. I'm just shocked. I mean, it must be so much work for them. Well, they went live for 2 hours and 41 minutes. I mean, that's a longer live than normal. So, let's go into it.
Hello, Gems. We now have a suspect in the Nancy Guthrie disappearance. We also now have activity reported in the Bitcoin address. TMZ first broke that there is now activity in the Bitcoin address.
Was anybody in the live yesterday? Was it moving? Was it not moving? We started out with what a day today has been. Sure has been an interesting day. So let's just see how fast it moved. Hey guys, be sure to give this live a thumbs up for me. Helps me dance out into the algorithm. And if you like my content, please be sure to share.
That has been linked to alleged ransom emails to the media. They would not report the amount. Well, K-Gun, a Tucson station, has reported that there is indeed activity in the Bitcoin account. That is listed in the ransom email, but that activity.
Okay, so somebody who they had, it was a almost 2.5 hour live. They have set 2.8K likes. There was 96, almost 100 views, and they have 106 comments. So heavy moderation down in the comments still. I will tell you that once you get blocked, your comment won't show up. So, I mean, if you're blocked over on Hidden True Crime and trying to do comments, I mean, it's pointless to do. But there's still, I don't see anything that's gotten through here. Replay crew here. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you, Lauren. Looks like they are currently executing the search warrant. I don't believe she is alive any longer. So it's like they are heavily moderating, and that's the name of their game, is they will heavily moderate so that nobody will be the wiser. And I think a lot of it, I've said over and over again, I think a lot of their hidden gems, their audience, their new audience, they will have no idea. Like we just had somebody in our chat that was like, who is that? Like they have no idea.
Is less than $300. We're going to get into that more. I see a lot of you asking questions about the Bitcoin activity. I'm asking all the same questions. And honestly, I needed a lot of time to process a lot going on. We're going to go through everything. So stick with me because we officially, again, now have a suspect. Law enforcement has officially called this image a suspect, although they have no name, but we have seen their eyes now glowing in the light of home surveillance footage. We've seen those latex looking gloves fumbling with Nancy's doorbell cam in the early morning hours before she vanished. We've seen the suspect's backpack. It's chilling, looking very full of what? We don't know, but very full as they approach Nancy Guthrie's home in the middle of the night, a time that no visitor should ever be visiting an 84-year-old grandmother, let alone a visitor wearing a ski mask and removing what seems to be her biggest security, a camera equipped to capture any movement outside her Tucson, Arizona home. And the house, the crime scene, is nestled in, it's breathtaking, the Catalina foothills. I've been there. It's a place where, honestly, home surveillance cameras usually catch wildlife, like coyotes or javelina.
Oh, shut up.
A masked intruder.
Shut up! Shut up! That's what I think. My mind is just screaming, shut up! I'm such a 11-year-old kid when it comes to her. I just want to say, shut up! Zip it! Okay, sorry, Junie. Sorry, we haven't watched her in a while, have we? We forgot how annoying she can be.
And seemingly determined with a plan. So tonight, for those that are watching this later, this is live right now, but it is Tuesday, February 10th, 2026. It's day 10 in the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie, a case that has grabbed all of our attention, the world's attention.
because Nancy is the mother of the beloved and well-known Today Show anchor Savannah Guthrie. And it was just hours ago that investigators released.
She does look a little rough. Like, what the frick is going on with her? She could be going through a flare, actually, now that I'm looking at her. That could be a flare face, actually.
The most significant and disturbing update in this case so far. And I was live earlier on YouTube. I see many of you that were with me then with the footage. It was breaking. We took in our first reactions together. Honestly,
Wait, who did she say she was live with?
Then with the footage, it was breaking so far. That investigators released the most significant and disturbing update in this case so far. And I was live earlier on YouTube. I see many of you that were with me then with the footage. It was
She was just live. I thought she said she was with people and she just saw many of us. Her chat is moving a bit faster, so it tells me that maybe they have a less few agitators in there. I don't know.
breaking. We took in our first reactions together. Honestly, those were truly my first reactions. I was processing it with all of you. And since then, I've still been sort of taking it in. I had to take some time. I have a lot more to say, which is why I'm back. And a lot more has also happened. Again, activity in that Bitcoin address. And it's interesting because for days, right, we all worried that there wasn't footage that had been saved. I mean, the sheriff made that clear. That was heartbreaking, right? We worried. No footage captured this disappearance of an 84-year-old grandmother. And yet today, I think now we're all worried about what we're seeing. It's shifted, right? Like what the FBI has released is honestly chilling. The more I watch it, honestly, it's terrifying. And I'm not using that word lightly. In fact, I try to steer clear of that word because it seems like everything in true crime is terrifying or these adjectives. And this is terrifying.
Yeah, it's what I call MS flares or fibro. When I have an MS or a fibro flare up, autoimmunes are constantly flaring up. And when I get a flare, it will sometimes look like my face is swollen and I have it sounds like I have a bit of the flu, but she doesn't sound different, but her face looks different and she looks frazzled.
It's what nightmares are made out of. I can't imagine how the Guthrie family is feeling, and I'm sure they saw that well before we ever knew about it. But the images and the videos show a masked individual wearing gloves, appearing to be armed, and the FBI says that they are indeed armed, so we can take their word for it, and carrying a backpack again that appears full. And I have asked this so many times, what is inside the backpack? That question is haunting me. What is in that backpack?
Well, then why didn't you look around the internet? Because there's people talking about what could possibly be in the backpack, and they're saying possibly other backpacks, because if you were going to, it looks like it's soft, and I haven't even been following this, and you're, okay, anyway, they say that it's other backpacks possibly because they would need stuff to carry stuff out in if they are going to go in and steal stuff. So Lauren, maybe surf around the internet and get some different content creators' ideas and listen to your audience. And I don't know, maybe she does. Maybe I'm talking too soon.
Maybe if
she's got a 2.5 hour live here. She must be doing something.
Intentions to rob her, the backpack would be empty. It is not empty. What is in that backpack? This person so far is the clearest visual that investigators have and the public has of a person that they believe may be responsible for Nancy Guthrie's disappearance.
After seeing them grab foliage to block a camera, I get, we're not dealing with rocket scientists, people that are part of the Mensa program. I think there might be an issue here. And I don't know. I feel like they might know more. Well, of course, I feel like, yeah, they of course are know more than they're letting us know. And I do think we're getting close to them finding whoever this is.
And law enforcement again.
Or at least I hope it's not another Koberger situation where we're 6.5 weeks trying to figure this stuff out or not figuring it out at all.
Now officially calling the person a suspect. In fact, they reported this to Brianna Whitney, someone that has been on our channel and sharing her boots on the ground reporting. Yes.
I think it's because the world's so unbalanced and out of whack that, that's why. And I don't know if the only comfort that we can take in it is that she did have a period of time where she will look back and say 2025 was not that great of a year for me. I mean, I don't know if that's all we can say that happens, because I think also some people will never learn. They're just never going to learn. You can try to explain it to them, you can show them the right and the wrong, and they're just going to stand 10 toes down, and then you just have to walk away from it and just hope that the message is there.
A suspect. So who are they? And why are they at Nancy's front door? And again, as I started this episode, this live, TMZ is now reporting activity in the Bitcoin account associated with the ransom note. And so, does that mean the ransom is about to be paid? What happens next, right? So what TMZ stated, and let's just read this together. Let me pull this up. TMZ stated, first off, their headline, and TMZ's been on this case, receiving a ransom note. Their headline is, Nancy Guthrie kidnapper is from Tucson, law enforcement believes. Kind of an important headline too. And an update, 4:34 p.m. Pacific time. We've seen activity for the first time.
And I mean, at the very least, I was just looking at her eyebrows. At the very least, Turtle Boy helped her out with her eyebrows. I mean, they still haven't hit the North Star that they were hitting before. So, I mean, we helped her out. We helped Lauren out a little bit. We got her eyebrows down lower on her face, and we, I don't know.
In the Bitcoin account listed in the first ransom note, which was sent to us here at TMZ, and also to two TV stations in Tucson, K-Gun and KLD. For various reasons, though, TMZ is not going to reveal the amount, but the activity happened in the last 25 minutes. That was at 4:34 p.m. And K-Gun was like, no, we're going to tell you exactly how much. Well, not exactly. They're going to tell us. They told us that it was less than $300. Less than $300. So let's speculate what this could mean. Plenty of people certainly have this Bitcoin address now. If you realize that it's coming into newsroom, a lot of people work in newsroom. So while the ransom email, the alleged,
she's been doing a lot with her hair. I think she's been doing a lot with her hair because there's been a lot of conversation about her hair. It does not look good parted in the middle. I'm just gonna say it. It's a butt part when she parts it in the middle. So I have noticed she's been playing with her part a lot lately.
You still don't fully understand.
I mean, Lauren is somebody who desperately cares about the way she looks. Like, she really cares. And to have the conversations, she's listening. She's listening because her eyebrows used to be up to here. Right? So, and do we have different? No, we got the same pillows on the couch.
The authenticity of the ransom, or if this is the kidnapper. But these significant.
But look at her; she's making sure to show her neck now, right?
Law enforcement has called them
showing her neck in the middle of winter.
Are going to newsrooms. A lot of people work in newsrooms. A lot of people have seen this Bitcoin address. Everyone at TMZ, at the local stations who work there. Then you throw in, why then is somebody maybe sharing this money? Maybe they're testing it, right? I for those that have used Bitcoin addresses before,
I don't know much about Bitcoin. Does anybody? I've never really even gotten into Bitcoin. So this is the first that I'm really learning about how Bitcoin is used.
Use Venmo or Zelle. Do you test it? Is the money going to go through? Is this right? Let's find out. Is somebody testing to see if money is going to go through? I don't know. Is somebody that just knows the address sending somebody less than $300? We don't know. But what matters is that there is activity for the first time in this Bitcoin address that is connected to ransom emails. So I'm going to go over everything anyone needs to know on day 10 of the investigation and everything leading up to today that matters, because a lot has happened since our last full rundown of the investigation, but we have been watching with all of you. But the way my brain works, I wanted to put it together all in a concise sort of way that we can take it all in to process what today means when we discuss the last 9 days, because this case is changing daily, hourly. So please also hit subscribe, hit notifications, stick with me as I lay this all out. So when the FBI released the newly recovered images and videos from the Nest doorbell camera at Nancy Guthrie's home earlier today, a statement was released along the Pima County Sheriff's Department, and the FBI said the footage shows, quote, an armed individual appearing to have tampered with the camera at Nancy Guthrie's front door in the morning of her disappearance. So terrifying.
I wish I could see how many people were in chat. Normally if I record it, I can come down and see how many people, because it does seem like the chat is moving a little faster.
The footage was shared publicly by Savannah Guthrie herself and FBI Director Kash Patel, who oversees federal investigations and public communications in major cases like this one. And this is certainly major.
So in her Instagram post, Savannah Guthrie, Nancy's daughter, who should be hosting the Olympics right now in Italy, but is instead searching for her mother. I can't imagine. She shared the video.
They are starting to get more money, more donations are coming through for them.
Approaching her mother's home wearing a dark jacket and light colored pants, carrying a backpack, and tampering with the doorbell camera. And Savannah wrote with the video, quote, I'm going to read this here. Someone out there recognizes this person. We believe she is still out there. Bring her home.
They no longer do when you're putting filler in your face. They will take the filler, and they used to put the filler around here. When I started out, I've had filler here because this is my problem parts right here. But this, when you get older, will start to pull the face down. So what they do is they will put filler right in here. She's had filler in this area, and she has filler in her cheeks. And then I would she's done something down here too.
Work there. Then you publicly makes sense. I'm sure they know a lot more than we know, but neither the family nor investigators recognize the individual, which is interesting because I think the first thing we all wonder is, do the Guthries recognize this person? We know that law enforcement has been at Annie Guthrie's home that lives 10 minutes away. We know that.
I mean, that is important to know. Does anybody recognize them? Has the family come out to say if they recognize this person? And do you guys think it's just one person? I think there's more than one person that have done this. This is just one person I'm seeing. And also, I have a question. This person looks completely different. This person right here looks different than the other person. It looks like he's got a different hat on, and I no longer see the gun. So is this a different person here?
That many people have been speculating about family being involved, about band members, about other people that might be known to Nancy Guthrie. But neither the family nor investigators recognize this individual, which is why the FBI decided to release the footage in hopes that someone may recognize the person, the clothing.
How could I forget that?
It makes sense.
Sorry.
This is when those in Indiana released Bridge Guy in the Delphi case, or many other.
Yeah, the Bridge Guy, the case, the Delphi case that you totally ruined a man's life. I believe she helped ruin that man's life, and it's another case that she got in too deep with the family members. The Delphi case was the case that that was the first case that I saw her covering, and I was like, nope, next.
We see this type of investigation. We need the public's help. And Savannah Guthrie, again, she also recently shared, we need the public's help. Before this video was even released, clearly they are asking for tips.
The family says that they don't recognize. Jay thought maybe Savannah's ex-husband could be this person along with others, obviously. Yeah, it just looks like a different person to me. When I was watching Jay's channel last night and I saw it, I was like, is that a different person?
Tips. And since the release, people online have been analyzing every frame, the backpack, the jacket, the shoes, the mask, and any potential identifiers, including yours truly. In some images, it does appear the individual may have a mustache. I'm also very carefully trying to label this person an individual because many are disagreeing about the gender.
Yeah, are you carefully doing this because you were one of the people that was trashing Ashley Banfield? I saw that you and your chat were trashing her, and so now you're trying to be super careful about that now? What are you doing, Lauren?
See a man, I see a man, but there is argument. So the FBI, has now stated, definitely it is a man. All right.
I definitely see a man. I can see some femininity in him when he gets up close, but when he walks away and picks up all this foliage and shit, I see a man's gait, and yeah.
So no, the individual is male. Although many might disagree with the FBI, but the FBI stating male, I thought male.
Well, I mean, nobody would disagree with the FBI, right, Lauren? I mean, you wanted the FBI to come and arrest Christina.
So in some of the images, though, it also appears that this individual may also have a mustache. And there's also speculation that the person could be using a bite light. We were talking about that earlier, a flashlight in their mouth. There's actually a name for it. It's called a bite light. And that may explain the illuminated mouth area seen in some photos. Law enforcement hasn't confirmed either detail that I know of unless that happened since I've been live. Someone let me know.
But there is such thing as a bite light. It could have also been a simple flashlight that they decided to put in their mouth. But also notable was no vehicle is visible in the footage. So that makes me ask, did a car arrive later after the cameras were disabled? Was a vehicle parked out of frame? That's also likely. Those questions remain unanswered. And then this I really wanted to break down, honestly. So the person, let's talk about this. The person grabs flowers, right? It looks like they grab flowers from the yard to seemingly hide behind while tampering with the doorbell camera. And so now we know.
Now,
what those
I've
flowers
heard
were.
that the reason he grabbed the flowers was to be able to shove something behind there to get some leverage so that he could put his fingers in there and pull it out. He needed to get some stuff behind there to push it forward so that he could get a grip on it. That's what I heard. But again, this is just all speculation that nobody really knows. I mean, I think JLR Investigates is probably someone who knows a little more than we do. But I mean, this is what I've heard.
Were laying scattered on Nancy's porch. That was filmed by reporter Brian Enton. Remember sort of the mystery behind those flowers? I had wondered if they were left by passerbys, right? Honoring Nancy, hoping to bring her home, filmed by reporter Brian Enton. Now we know what those flowers were, though.
I had thought that maybe that was the way they had gotten the point of entry, that they were standing at the door saying that they had a flower delivery. That was what my thoughts were on the whole situation. I don't know why other people didn't go to that, because I think of all the other times where we see these true crime. There was one in particular, and I can never remember the name of the crime case, but it was where this woman, she was a girlfriend and she dressed up as a clown and delivered balloons and flowers and then shot the person. Remember? It just seemed like maybe that. But then if it was like the middle of the night and I saw someone outside of my door with flowers, there's no way in hell I would answer, right? So I don't know. That's what I was thinking.
They might have actually been held by those latex glove-looking hands. And so now I am wondering, admittedly, why didn't law enforcement take those flowers into evidence? And I've wondered, could they hold DNA from the suspect? Yes, he was wearing gloves. But if he had a flashlight or a bite light in his mouth and any saliva possibly transferred onto those flowers, could they have held answers we no longer have? I don't know, but I wonder with many of you. This footage also puts renewed focus on where investigators have been searching. So over the weekend, law enforcement was seen examining the septic tank of Nancy Guthrie, right?
A flower delivery at 1:30 a.m. sounds like a nightmare. Like just a nightmare. No, thank you. I'll pass. I love flowers, but I don't love them that much. Nope.
And a nearby manhole on the property that naturally also raises questions. What were they looking for in those areas? Was anything flushed? Was anything discarded? And so now I want to tie in all of this new information that we have into what we already know about Nancy and her disappearance. So let's try to process this all together. Nancy Guthrie, we know, is 84 years old. She was dropped off at her home outside Tucson, Arizona on the night of January 31st, and she was reported missing around noon on February 1st, the very next day. Her family believes, again, that she is still alive, and they continue to ask for the public's help. In a video that was actually just posted yesterday, Savannah Guthrie urges people to report anything unusual to law enforcement, saying, we are at an hour of desperation and we need your help. An hour of desperation and they need our help. And now the FBI has also said it needs our help. And the FBI has also said it isn't aware of any.
She seems like she's getting her groove back too. She seems more confident and more whatever. I need some laughs though. So let's pop over to Jolene for a quick second and watch some of her coverage. We'll pop back and forth between these two because I'm telling you, it gets a lot for me to hear her.
Something very comfy. Smash that like on your way in.
Oh, hold on a second. See, this is what I'm talking about. If you get this, if you just hit refresh, it's been happening all morning for me. Just refresh it and it's back.
Happy Saturday.
I've noticed that a lot of content creators, their views are way down this morning because of it. And that's why I'm telling you guys this so that maybe it can help a little bit.
Everybody, we have a lot to talk about. So grab a beverage. Hopefully you're wearing something very comfy. Smash that like on your way in. And let's get this started. If you like what you see, come and get it with me.
Yeah. Not really a fan of what's happening with her haircut when she parts it in the middle like that. But that's just a personal preference on my part.
Thank you. I got a couple of them. So thank you so much.
I'm gonna pop forward everything that we view. I put down in the YouTube show notes.
Is just amazing. However, in a situation like this, it's like, but what's it really doing at this point? We're now a week in since Nancy has been abducted, and how is it helping? I guess that's my point or my question. How is it helping for us to just throw out names within the family? How is it helping the family? How's it helping the investigation? How's it helping finding Nancy? Now, if down the road there's like a cover up, that's, when journalists come in and they get their sources and they dig and all the things, then that is, much needed. But at this point, I'm like,
no, this is the one that she did on Hidden True Crime. This isn't the one that she did last night.
I don't know. Christina, it's so good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for the 199, since I wholeheartedly agree it was reckless and irresponsible. It looks like it. Like right now, it looks like it. Okay. So we're going to take of criminal. What is she the host of? Some kind of criminal appeal thing. And she had some interesting points. So, there's so many people are interested in this case because it's terrifying and it's horrific, the abduction of this 84-year-old woman. And they're seeming like there's no trace of her. And despite what Ashley Banfield is saying, claiming from her source, they don't have, according to the police, they don't have any suspects or any prime suspects. And it seems as though now the media has completely taken over the street that Nancy Guthrie lives on in Tucson, Arizona.
Now it looks like the other day, when people were saying there was a lot of media, I'm like, no, it doesn't look like a lot of media, because I was comparing it to the Brian Laundrie one. When that street got taken over, there was a lot of media, but now there's a lot of media. There's a lot of media there now.
And they have these YouTubers are like flying out. There was some other guy. You guys, me, I'm kind of new to all the true crime creators, but I just find it fascinating. There was one guy, and was he an LTL or an LOL guy? And he's out there like on the street reporting. And I'm like, what is going on here? So you have these, creators who are like, I better get there because the case isn't going to be solved unless I'm there. Oh, JLR, that's what it is. Maybe I'm thinking of the other guy, the BLT, LT, no disrespect, I just don't remember his name, from the Karen Reed, in the Karen Reed area, because he pops up in my algorithm too. Hey, Down the Rabbit Hole News, good to see you. Thank you so much. Said, hey, why would the FBI reward if they have a prime? Why would the FBI reward if they had a prime sus, right? Also, no way would Banfield be a friend and put something like this out. Yes, Rabbit, that's what me and my mom were talking about the other day. That's more like a colleague. Hit the like. True crime is crazy on YouTube. Yes. And Rabbit, you know better than anybody else. It is really crazy just now, dipping a full foot into
just why does Rabbit know better than anybody else? What I love her channel, but what did she mean by that?
It's like, wow, whatever's going on. But yeah, there's just so many questions. And it does seem, since Ashley's put this information out, that we know that Trisha from Web's Loose, our gal Trisha, my best friend, okay, allegedly, she hates Ashley Banfield already. She was already mad at her over John Benet Ramsey. And now this, oh my God, Trisha's been going live every night. Trisha's got blazers on. Trisha's face. Trisha did the Charlotte Tilbury beat to her face. Trisha's got Stacy on with her tonight, I think she had. And then she had a fill-in, because I think something might have happened to Circle K Stacy's husband. I hope your husband's okay, Stacy. Sending you all the good vibes and healing vibes for your husband, if I heard that correctly, is why she wasn't on. But Trisha's been going live, and she just any reason to get mad at Ashley Banfield. Trisha's like, and Ashley Banfield.
Lauren's one of those white privileged girls that I don't think is ever going to be without money. I just really don't think she's ever been without money, and I don't see her ever being without money.
Banfield, yeah, that bitch. She's putting out information. And Lauren Matthias, I hear, is taking digs. I haven't watched. So we're going to react to that together, and then we'll check out what Ashley's saying, because Ashley's just changing flannels and putting out new information. Okay. She's like one flannel on, one flannel off. And she's got that little draw yourself, paint by number cityscape background that she has. And she's going live. I mean, yesterday, Ashley Banfield, I think it was yesterday's video or early today, she had a side ponytail. She must have been doing like 1980s freaking aerobics.
Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off.
And she was like, all right, I got to get on there. I got to do the damn thing. So I saw her with a scrunchie with like a pony to the side. I was like, what's going on, Ash? So let's jump into who should we? I said we we're going to look at Trisha first and see what Trisha's doing. But I mean, she's getting fancy. This is what Trisha looked like earlier. So I was like, Trisha with the layered necklaces. We got the deep part over to the
I gotta take the captions off so I can see the deep neck. Oh yeah, look at her. Look at that. I do like a good layered necklace look.
She was looking gorge. She's got very beautiful, painted.
Her makeup actually looks good.
I sound like a lady from the 30s. Painted lips with a little gloss here.
She's got a little glam. I can see that 30s glam going on.
She's got some curls. She looks kind of like beautiful retro 19.
She looks like that old Hollywood star. What was her name? She was in On Golden Pond.
50s, 40s kind of finger waves in her hair. She's got a brooch or an amulet. If you're on the traders, don't touch it or you're going to be schmurdered in the game. She's got a silk blouse underneath her blazer. I mean, she's doing the damn thing. I'm like, dang, Trish. So let's just take a look. We'll kind of skip around in this. I'll also drop the links to all these videos that we are going to be reacting to.
Katharine Hepburn.
In the description.
She looks like, but it's not even Katharine Hepburn. Lauren Bacall, maybe? I don't know.
For you guys to check out if you want to watch the whole thing without my interruptions. But Trisha has gone live. Let's see. She went live.
Katharine Hepburn is the
3
name.
days ago about this. 2 days ago about
this.
But
I think it's more Lauren Bacall because it's kind of got like Lauren Bacall always had this kind of little bit of manly look to it. But, like when she was, I don't know. That's what and I'm not saying manly in a bad way. Like, because feminine can be manly in a good way. And I'm not saying it's a bad way, but it's just, that's who she reminds me of.
1 day ago about this, and 33 minutes about this. And I'm going to go to hers from 2 days ago when, oh my God, Trisha looks even better in this video. You guys, I am so excited to get back to my bestie, Trisha, because we love Trisha. This is a Trisha Stan YouTube channel. Okay. And Trisha's video here says Ashley Banfield names suspects, pulls back 10 seconds later. Law enforcement states there is no suspect. So let me just drop the link for this video as well in the live chat, but I will also make sure it's in the description. You guys, we're talking about really serious things, but we're also adding a little bit of levity to it as well with the different characters of the true crime community who honestly, let's be real, they take themselves too seriously.
I mean, that's why I'm popping around here. I know like this is a very serious matter and I'm trying to delicately dance around it, but I am a Gen Xer. I that's the way I handle and deal with trauma is I filter it through a comedic lens to just kind to comedic or whimsical lens to try to deal with the horrors that's happening in our world. If I stop laughing, I'll start screaming and crying. And so I would rather laugh.
All of us take ourselves too seriously, and especially these people, especially the Trisha. No offense, Trisha. No offense to my bestie, Trisha, Ashley Banfield, Lauren Matthias. A lot of the true crime people, they think the crime's not going to be solved unless they're there, unless they're reporting on it. So there's Trisha. I mean, look at Trisha. Trisha looks like she's going to a banquet for the WNBA.
I think that people are taking it a little too serious. People are like, you shouldn't say that, or you said this and this is wrong. I think that people should just be allowed to say whatever the F they want to say. And if you don't agree with it, go somewhere else. That's what I think. Because people are taking it a little too serious. You're freaking YouTube. All right. You're a YouTuber. You might be doing great work. Right? Boots on the ground. Yes, great work. But please, we all need to remember that we're just YouTubers, right? We're not law enforcement. We're not legally able to go door to door and do what they're doing to try to investigate, right? I am very appreciative of JLR being there, boots on the ground, seeing what's up. I appreciate that, but it is what it is, right? I'm not saying that he's doing rocket science or whatever, but I'm also saying he's doing what you can't, what you're not. And so we need to just stand in that little balance of if it's not for you, it's not for you. But if you appreciate it, then you fucking appreciate it. And like, why do we got to fight with the other person about it? I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of the fighting. But
fucking fancy. Okay? Trisha is about to scoop herself up a wife. She's got that fancy tie. I don't know where Trisha is getting her outfits, but I'm loving it. I'm loving it. All right?
I can't watch Trisha. I can't watch her for long periods of times, but she makes me laugh. She is a boomer that is like delightful in that special kind of boomer way. The boomers that are delightful in that maybe they grew up near a smelter or two.
For reaction and such, but sound off in the chat. Let's hear what Trisha has to say about Ashley Banfield, because she was chomping at the bit to go at Ashley once Ashley put out this information about a possible family member of Nancy Guthrie's being involved in her abduction.
Hey everyone, welcome to Web Sleuths YouTube Live. My name is Trisha Griffith, and I am delighted to tell you that I have the best job in the world. Every day I get to get up in the morning and head over to websleuths.com, one word, web.
Okay, so we'll just fast forward a bit because she's doing her little info, her promo.
Nancy,
the
Nancy Guthrie case. Okay, Savannah Guthrie's mom. That discussion today was insane because it was post after post after post, and they were fantastic posts. So we're going to get into all of that tonight. But something kind of odd happened. Ashley Banfield. Now,
yes,
she did something.
You called it, Jolene. She's on the Banfield bandwagon. Remember when she got on, she doesn't like John Bonet's dad, John, either. And she went to CrimeCon and like, who goes, like, I get not liking someone. I would have a hard time not going up to Gypsy Rose Blanchard in public or shouting something out. But like, who does that anyway. Yes, Jolene, you called it.
See that pause? She goes, Ashley Banfield. She's like, don't get too mad. Don't get too mad. Trisha is just like, we gotta get our Trisha on. She's just like,
and Ashley Banfield. Keep the devil down. Keep the devil down. Ashley Banfield did something today, you guys, and I don't like it, but we gotta talk about it. Okay? I need about 9 feet from my head to the top of the screen. Okay, I don't want to fill the frame. I want you to see everything I got behind me. Ashley Banfield, you bitch. Okay.
So Trisha, give it to us, Trish.
It bothered me. It bothered the sheriff a lot. She came out and said her law enforcement sources said that so-and-so was a suspect, prime suspect. And it was the son-in-law of Nancy Guthrie. And then she walked it back.
Horrible. Trisha is going through John and Lauren Matthias's and Gray Bay's notes here. She's their mouthpiece. She's saying what they can't say, what they want to say, what they were trying to say in their live and in their chat. But, now they're not saying. They gave their notes to Trisha so Trisha could say. So we got that going on. We got a lot of this.
It's about the fact that years ago when that person cut me off, she could not handle my vulnerability and my raw emotion, and I'm still pissed.
I'm the victim! Remember? I'm the victim!
It's a lot of that for Hidden True Crime, and they're making sure that, they're using their mouthpiece, which is Trisha and Megan, in my opinion.
Within like 7 seconds of saying that. And we're going to play all that here in just a moment. And, while I'm getting this all together.
Someone asked, are those, Addie Martinez, the realtor, says, are those liquor bottles behind her? We believe so. Yep.
Is it liquor behind there? I thought they were, this looks like, what are those things that float up? Lava lamps. It looks like lava lamps to me. Is this the liquor here? Huh, interesting. I never looked back there, actually. I should have, because she's got the 9 feet of space, but maybe it's because she does have the 9 feet of space. Yeah.
It's not enough. Not enough for Trish. Trisha and Butt Nugget. Where's her dog? She's got her dog Butt Nugget. She's got an 8-ball back there, not of the cocaine, but like a literal shake it up, tell me my future 8-ball. And Trisha's got a lot going on.
Does Trisha really have a dog named Butt Nugget?
Okay. She's got like very original Shakespearean editions in books back there. I think she's got the first ever copy of the Bible back there. So Trisha, she's got a lot. She's got a serial killer book. She's very serious.
I'm thinking to myself, okay, Trisha, you've had this issue with Ashley
I
Van.
think it's insane that we're all standing around here acting like the brother-in-law or the son-in-law, sorry, isn't the main suspect when we all know it is. Like, we're all acting like, oh, it's not true. Like, it's like we're all gaslighting one another in real life and then blaming Ashley for actually coming out and saying what we're all thinking. So I don't know. That's how I see it. She does have a dog named Butt Nugget. Okay. I mean, why do you name it? Like, I love animals. I love animals. And that's just really messed up. That I just to name a dog that, but okay. All right. I love a good joke, but
She has no idea who I am. And when I say issue, I mean, it really upset me one time when she came on and she basically cleared John Ramsey. And
oh God, we covered that one. You guys remember that one? When Trisha lost her shit because Ashley Banfield said that John Ramsey, she cleared him and she said the police and Trisha, remember, because we have to go back for Trisha because Trisha isn't only just like low to the ground.
I mean, I'm cool with like a little nickname of Butt Nugget, but not for the actual name. It's Athi. I mean, I've got some nicknames. I can get in some. Well, Junie doesn't really. June Bug, Buggy. Junie doesn't have a lot of nicknames. But because he loves his name, my little bird, he just loves the name. He will just sing his name and dance around. And if I whenever I sing a song, if I replace some of the words with his name in it, he loves it.
Also 9 miles from her camera. Okay. So Trisha's like, you guys, fucking Ashley Banfield, you guys. She said that John Ramsey was cleared. He was never cleared, right, Stacy? Stacy there? She must be in the potty. He wasn't cleared. Okay. She's a liar. That lie just, my blood pressure's going up, Stacy. My blood pressure's going up. Don't get my blood pressure up, Stacy. Stacy, you gotta come back.
I think it looks really funny when she goes back and sits on her shelf because she looks even more scrunched up and like Trisha, and she looks like a little an elf on a shelf to me.
Come back. So she said that John Ramsey was innocent, and I said, you bitch. I've been following this case for 76 years, and he's guilty of sin. Okay, so Trisha, very upset. She was so mad. So I knew when this went down, when Ashley Banfield came out with this information, I'm like, oh my God, I cannot wait until Trisha reacts to this. And then lo and behold, 2 days ago, I'm a little late to the party. Trisha reacted to this. We haven't had a Trisha impression forever. Nanya Business, thank you so much for coming in with the 1999. Says Trisha, like Jan.
She just gets so many super stickers. I live for the day that this starts happening for me.
This issue with her.
I like that Trisha's showing a little bit of self-reflection. You don't see that a lot from these creators. She's like, am I doing this because I hate this bitch? Or am I doing this because it's the right thing to do to look at this? And then she's like, yeah, I think it's because I hate that bitch. But we'll see what Trisha says.
Is it because of that? You guys know me, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yes, we know you. Sort of.
That, of course, I would. I'm that petty.
Oh.
What can I say?
Listen, I know Trisha has her faults, okay? I journal about them nightly. But she also has these moments where I'm like, I love her. Just that. Just admitting, like, I'm a petty bitch with a tie and another silk shirt. And I might be high,
But I'm not really sure I love that because it sort of falls under the line of when Lauren announces that, she's just a quirky girl. It just kind of annoys me because it's just announcing your downfalls so that you can continue to do it.
Trisha will at least admit it. She's like, yeah, I'm just going after Ashley because I hate the bitch. Okay, so for that, Trisha, you get my respect because there's not a lot of people that will admit that, you guys. Not a lot of people. A little self-awareness. Yes, Heather. Thank you. Bling is the new black. Appreciates you so much. Coming in with the $4.99 says a story at the time, and I love Ashley Banfield, was that she lost her job over the Chris Watts case. That Ashley Banfield did? No way. Where was she working at the time? Tell us more. Bling is the new black. Obviously, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Don't sue us,
Yes.
Ashley Banfield.
Allegedly, she lost her her job over the Chris Watts case because she had a woman on that reportedly said I think she had two people on. I think she brought the Trent up, and then she also interviewed this woman who said she had an affair with Chris Watts prior to the unalivings of his family, which I think there is actually something to that woman, because I know somebody who worked with that woman, and that woman worked with Shanann's bestie and her mother, so she knew about she knew Chris. And she was also addicted to substances. So I believe that that's possibly where Chris Watts got the opiates to try to drug his, and I've been poo-pooed, and no, some people don't believe me on this, and I don't care if you believe me or you don't. It's my theory, my research, and I believe that Chris possibly got the opiates that he used to try to drug Shanann while in North Carolina. I believe, remember he said he would go to his grave, never saying where he got it from. I believe that's where he got it from. And Ashley Banfield was fired because, allegedly fired. She was no longer on that show after this, that interview. So.
We don't got it like that. All right. We're just doing the funnies. Yes. Bruce says if it's not a bong, we should get her one. Trisha invented the first bong. I don't know why you would doubt, Bruce, that Trisha is the reason there are bongs. Trisha was young, and Trisha was like, just if there was some kind of contraption that I could just take in so much of the sticky, icky green ganja into my lungs and then release it to get super high, that'd be great. Like, how about a bonger? And then Trisha invented the bong. Allegedly. Okay. And Trisha wouldn't be like freaking Bill Clinton. I didn't inhale. Trisha would admit
this
that
would be the mistress, the other mistress.
Get her torrid and terrifying affair with
This is the mistress that she got fired over interviewing.
cold-blooded killer Chris Watts. Amanda McMahon met Watts on the dating site Tinder last March, 5 months before he strangled his pregnant wife and smothered his 2 little daughters.
He seemed like a genuine guy, he was funny.
You can hear her. She's highly intoxicated. I don't know what substance she's using. She does come out later. She did a interview where she is now supposedly in recovery. So you can hear.
Watts claimed he was divorced. They started out texting each other. She texted, "Morning, bud." Watts replied, "What's new, pretty lady? When can we eat tacos together? That sounds like a plan. This could get out of hand. I like it." After they exchanged a few flirty text messages, Amanda agreed to meet Chris Watts in person for the first time here in this shopping center. They parked somewhere over here, and then Chris bought Amanda a coffee from this Starbucks before they decided to head to her place to watch a movie. That movie was the psychological thriller Shutter Island. Leonardo DiCaprio plays a husband who murders his wife because she...
And then there was also a man that came out, and Ashley broke those stories. So I believe that's why she got fired from that job. Let's get us back over to Jolene.
Trish would say, I inhaled, and I inhaled hers too. She didn't only inhale her own, she inhaled everybody in her smoker circle. Okay? She was like, puff, puff, no pass. Trisha has no pass. She just puff, puffs. You do not want to be in a smoker circle with Trisha, because she will bogart the whole thing.
No, they were not debunked. They weren't. They were just, the FBI decided that it was nothing. It was not debunked. She was not debunked. They just decided that both the guy and the girl were inserting themselves for just to be seen. So
we'll take a bong down in one hit. Trisha's bong rips are like Cypress Hill level. Okay, stop it, Jillian. I'm having too much fun with Trisha. Bling is the new black. Thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate that. Welcome. Okay.
Of course, I would do this just to Ashley Banfield and nobody else. I'm joking. But again, Ashley Banfield named a prime suspect. And you know what? She absolutely might be right. But I'm going to show you and let you listen to what she said. And then we're going to read the sheriff's statement. And it's just really bizarre how this went down. And again, when it's somebody like Ashley Banfield who made a name for herself during the 9/11 crisis, and she did a great job.
Oh, Trisha's giving her props.
To do this, what she did today, and I'll show you, it bothers me. It bothers me. I mean, she should be better than that. Hell, to basically clear John Ramsey and say the Boulder Police.
She's never going to give up on this John Ramsey shit. Trisha hates.
Who is that? The link that the channel that you sent me. I can't see whose channel that is that's airing that. Can you tell me who that is?
John Ramsey so much. Trisha's arch nemesis is John Ramsey. Trisha will die going, fuck John Ramsey. Like, she's so big mad about John Ramsey. So Trisha's like, yeah, I think Ashley saved people on 9/11. She was catching people or something. But I don't care. She should know better. Fucking John Ramsey, he's garbage. Trisha is holding a garage. Heather, thank you for becoming a member. Heather M8507. Welcome.
To clear him and the Ramseys. It was so ridiculous. I can't even.
Don't get your blood pressure up, Trish. Take deep breaths. Come on.
Cheeks are starting to get red because my blood pressure is going up.
I knew it. You guys, we know her so well. My blood pressure is starting to go up. My cheeks are filling. I'm getting red again. Yeah. Trisha, calm. Deep cleansing breaths. Put yourself in a meditated state. Okay. Clouser Tube, thank you so much for the $9.99, celebrating a 3-month membership. Thank you. Thank you so much. Trisha, take a rip from your bong. Relax. We don't need your blood pressure rising.
Again. Anyway, we're going to be talking about all of the case tonight with Nancy Guthrie. And the siblings came out and made a statement, and it will tear your heart apart. You can't watch it without getting emotional. Now, the question is going to be, they're talking to their mother, and we'll play it all. Are they doing this to try and draw the person out, or do they really believe that their mother is with this person? I don't know. I would assume the FBI helped them with this statement for reasons that we will get into as well. Okay. And I will put all the links that I'm talking about, and we'll show all the video. It's all going to happen here on Web Sleuths YouTube Live as we get going. And everybody, just to let you know,
what is with these true crime people? It just takes them forever. They're like, and coming up. It's like when you watch cable.
Hey guys, I just gifted 5 Parawomen Radio Dragonfly memberships. Congratulations to HTC Socks, Darzilla, 4 Pit Bulls Cross America, spanks you very much, and Chaos. Congratulations. Welcome to the Dragonfly. That is the membership program that we have over on YouTube. It's just a way that I give a little extra content to you, and it's a way that you can support me a little extra. Here, let me show you a little something about it. Oops, not that.
You're not subscribed. Why are you not subscribed? I would really, really, really love to have you as a power subscriber. If you really like my content, be sure to become a Dragonfly, and that's our membership, and it's $2.99 a month. I release all my videos early. We have special emojis over in the chat room. I kind of share things ahead of time with my Dragonflies, and I go live sometimes just for the Dragonflies. It's a way that I can support you guys and give you more content, and it's a way for you to support our channel. It's $2.99 a month.
Actually, I just realized the other day it's not $2.99 a month, it's $3.99. So I need to fix that. So it is $3.99 a month, and I really appreciate all those that are the Dragonflies, and welcome to all the new Dragonflies. I am going to be building a case probably tomorrow, where I build my cases with you guys. There are a few new things that I want to start working on. I actually want to start covering the Epstein files a bit, and I also have a hidden true crime case that I'm going to merge together and talk about Dr. Young's coverage on a case, and an actual case that I find is the way that they've covered it is just horrific. So
news now, they're like coming up, and they just keep scaring you no matter who you're watching. Fox News, CNN, it's all the same. It's just like they just keep this fear, and then they keep teasing you with stories, and you're like, when are they going to say this? And then all of a sudden they're onto a new show. And you're like, but you never told me the thing you're going to tell me. You're like, but you got to wait. And now you got to go watch Wolf Blitzer. And you're like, I don't want to watch. What are you talking about? And they're like, now you got to watch Sean Hannity. I don't even know if these people are still on the air. I'm just naming names that come to my head. And I'm like, I don't want to watch Sean Hannity. But that's what these YouTubers do. They're like, coming up, I'm going to tell you the reason why we're doing the video. Just tell me now. Tell me now, Trisha. I expect better from you, Trisha. Okay? You are down here. You're like, and then pretty soon I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. It'll probably be about John Ramsey, but also what we're talking about. But stay tuned to websleuths.com, where allegedly my company was bought by a DNA farm where we take molecules from your tongue and we smell them, and then we know where you live and we can dox you to monkeys. Yep, that's what we do. That's how we make money over here, allegedly. And you're like, what? What, Trisha, stop. Please, get to the point.
No, Stacy's husband. Okay. That I'm talking about, and we'll show all the video. It's all going to happen here on Web Sleuths YouTube Live.
I'm just going to stay down here so I can go right into the Trisha impression. But people joining later are going to be like, why is Jolene so low on the screen? But you guys, please tell them in the chat that I'm not always this dumb. But when I am, I'm playing Trisha.
As we get going, and everybody, just to let you know, Stacy's husband had open heart surgery on Monday. Was it Monday?
Oh my God, Trisha, you should know this. Also, Stacy, you guys put all your hearts in the chat, all the good vibes to Stacy's husband and open heart surgery. I hope he is surrounded by wonderful doctors and nurses and he gets well and recovers super quickly. And that's our circle case, Stacy. Go ahead up, 11. We wish all the good stuff to you and your husband.
Or yesterday. No, it was yesterday. Sorry, yesterday. And he's
Trisha, I hope you send flowers. That's like your executive producer. Okay?
Doing great. He's doing very well. He had, a double bypass and a valve replacement.
Oh my God.
And when he is up and around, he's going to feel like a new man. And Stacy's worried that he's going to leave her for a younger woman. And I said, well, honey, you need to get some new parts then. You do him one better. Get a quadruple bypass and 2 valves.
Okay, let's move forward. Does she actually get to Hidden True Crime, or is she stay with Trisha the whole time? My back is starting to hurt, so I got it. And it makes me, when my back hurts, I get sick to my stomach. So I'm starting to get a little sick to my stomach. So let's see if we can find her talking about. No. She goes over to Megan. Does she not cover?
She's gonna steal. They're like, let me out of here.
Lauren's coverage of it, which is weird. Huh. She never covers Lauren's coverage of it. Okay. Yeah, you guys, my back is actually starting to bother me, like really bad. I'm getting really sick to my stomach. I'm sorry. I think I'm going to have to call it. I just really want my back to be better. Yeah, I think I am going to have to call it. I did see Kim sent me this link here. I'm going to send you guys over here because it looks like there is going to be breaking suspect held and released in Nancy Guthrie disappearance new twist. There's some some guy talking like Lauren now, some gay over here talking about this. Kim, is he on the case? Is he boots on the ground like JLR investigates? Is that why you gave me this guy's channel? Let me put it in there and I will send you guys over there. Oh. No, I guess I won't because he's got it set where you have to ask him for redirect privileges, and I'm not going to go through all that just to help somebody out. So, guys, if you want to, I'm sure there'll be a lot of channels streaming it. He was boots on the ground for the Harrow case. Well, you might want to tell him to, there's a thing where you can allow people to restream, like send people over to you, and he's got that blocked, and I can't send over my people to him. So if you see him, you might want to tell him that. So guys, what do you think about Lauren's coverage? Sorry, it's been so spotty. I'll try to do it again tomorrow. It's just that I can't do them as long. We've been going for an hour and a half, and it just seems to be bothering me, getting worse, and my stomach's getting a lot upset. So I'm really sorry. Be sure to give this live a thumbs up for me. Welcome to all the new Dragonflies. Please consider becoming a Dragonfly or supporting our channel. We accept Cash App and Venmo, and we do super stickers. We have stars. Yeah, so supporting small channels really means a lot to us small content creators, and I think it's important that you don't forget about us. So if nobody's told you this today, and even if they have, I'm still going to tell you guys this. I love you guys so, so much, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much, Kim, for being my mod. It's really, really appreciated. Bye, guys. I love you.
Will the circle be unbroken by and by, low, by and miss my cue, but I had you for that day. Here in the blue, I'm falling deep into you.
Be sure to give this live a thumbs up. Helps me go out into the algorithm party out there. Bring more people back to the party. It's just a free way to help me out.
With you tonight, and it feels fine, feels fine. Baby, I'm dancing with you tonight. Here in the blue, I'm dancing and falling out, hoping for some time with you.